Hello and welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep IAS. Let's get started and look into our daily quiz. Before we look into our practice questions for today, we have two important announcements. As part of our weekly current affairs explain session, today's topic would be Taming India's twin deficit issue. Please do tune in live on our YouTube channel at 8 p.m. and you will understand everything about this topic. And as continuation to our knowledge series, Saturday's lecture would be SCST Prevention of Atrocities Act and Sunday's lecture would be on the basis of coastal plains of India. So please do tune in live on our YouTube channel at 8 p.m. so that you understand these two topics with respect to the knowledge series as well. Let's get started and look into the first question. Consider the following statement. In the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, the Speaker and Chairman have the power to suspend a member either through a motion or by themselves. Article 124 of the Constitution says parliamentary proceedings cannot be questioned before a court. Which of the statements given above are correct? The answer to this is none. Why have we taken this practice question? Because this article on the Hindu makes a reference to Rajya Sabha suspends 3 more members. Let us try and understand what is this issue all about. First, we have to understand why do MPs disrupt the parliament. Whenever the MPs who are elected from a particular constituency, the constituency members elect them. These members have to voice out the opinion of their constituency members to the parliament. If not suitable time is given in the parliament, then you might have the members of the parliament disrupt the parliament. So lack of time available to MPs for raising their constituency issues is what will make them disrupt the parliament. Added to it, if the government is not responsive to the opposition party members, the opposition party members repeatedly wanted to speak something to the government which the government does not acknowledge. In that case, you might have the opposition parliament members who might enter the well of the house and ultimately disrupt the parliament as well. And there can also be disruption by the opposition political party for the game of political consensus, and at the same time the absence of prompt action against the MPs disrupting the parliamentary proceedings when the speaker or the chairman of the Rajya Sabha does not engage in suspension. All this may lead to what is called as disruption in the parliament. Now the question is, whenever there is disruption in the parliament, you would have the members who enter the well of the house and they disrupt the parliamentary proceedings, and these people will be ultimately suspended if they continue to do so. So you have the speaker in the Lok Sabha, you have the chairman in the Rajya Sabha. They request these members of the parliament not to disrupt the proceedings in the parliament, but these members continue to do so and they disrupt the proceedings in the parliament. That is when suitable disciplinary actions will be initiated by the presiding officer. So what do the presiding officers do? The presiding officers have the power to suspend these members for a certain period of time. So in this particular backdrop, in the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, the speaker and the chairman have the power to suspend a member either through a motion or by themselves. This is factually right and factually wrong. Why is it right? That is because this power, yes, it is given to the Lok Sabha speaker. So the Lok Sabha speaker on his own motion, so he may on his own decide whether that particular member is disrupting the parliament or not on his own, and also by the motion that is made by the other members of the parliament. So both these options are only available to the speaker and not to the Rajya Sabha chairman. When it comes to the Rajya Sabha chairman, he can only ensure that a suspension happens or not by himself or herself, but only through a motion made by the members of the Rajya Sabha. So in Lok Sabha, both the powers are present with the speaker, but when it comes to the Rajya Sabha, he cannot do it on his own, but instead a motion has to be created, a motion has to be raised, a motion will have to be requested by the members of the parliament. That is when this suspension proceedings can be initiated. So the first statement is wrong. When you look into the second statement, Article 124 of the Constitution says parliamentary proceedings cannot be questioned before a court. This statement is wrong. Why? That is because it is not Article 124. Article 124 deals with the Supreme Court's establishment. Article 122 deals with the Constitution saying that parliamentary proceedings cannot be questioned before a court. So remember, it is not 124. 124 speaks about the establishment of the Supreme Court, but instead it is Article 122. So in case there is any issue, will they be able to approach to the court? Yes, in rare instances, like like how it happened in Maharashtra, where one of the presiding officers had suspended the members for about 1 year. In that case, when there is a flaw in the procedure, they may approach, but in normal proceedings, they will not be able to approach the Supreme Court or any other court in India. This is put up in Article 122 of the Indian Constitution. It says, no officer or member of the Parliament whom powers vested by or under the Constitution for regulating the procedure of the conduct of the business or for maintaining order in Parliament shall be subject to the jurisdiction of any court in respect of the exercise by him of those powers. So normally the courts will not interfere because this is to do with the parliamentary procedure, but only in exceptional circumstances, like how it happened in Maharashtra, where members were suspended for an year. In that case, because there is a procedural flaw, the Supreme Court, if these people file a case in the Supreme Court, it may interrupt. In normal circumstances, it cannot do so, says Article 122. Now let's look into the next practice question. Which of the following are the initiatives for the welfare and upliftment of the minority communities? Hamari Darohar, Nayi Manzil, Nayi Udan, Naya Savera, Ustad. The answer to this is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Why have we taken this practice question? Because this article on the PIB makes a reference of the initiatives taken by the Government of India for the empowerment of the minority communities. First, what we have is the Nai Roshni, which happens to be a scheme for leadership development of minority women, aiming to empower them by providing knowledge, necessary skills and techniques for interacting with the government systems, banks and the other institutions. This is Nai Roshni. Then we have Nai Manjil, which is an integrated education and skilling scheme in partnership with the World Bank. So this is a program where World Bank is also providing some funding. So remember, Nai Manjil is with the finances that are provided by the World Bank with 30% allocation for the women beneficiaries. It is aimed at the minority youth not having a formal school leaving certificate, that is dropouts, and as a result, in order to provide them formal education and skills, enabling them to seek better employment and livelihood means this initiative has been taken up by the Government of India. SICO or Kamawa, a scheme implemented by skill development of minorities with 33% target allocation for women beneficiaries. Ustad, a scheme with 33% target allocation for women beneficiaries. It is aimed to preserve heritage of traditional arts and crafts of the minority communities. Naye Savera, a scheme aiming to empower students belonging to minority communities by providing financial support to prepare for the competitive examination. Then we have Nai Udan, a scheme under which financial assistance is provided to candidates from the notified minority communities who clear preliminary examination conducted by UPSC, SSC as well as the state PSCs. These are some of the initiatives taken by the Ministry of Minority Affairs for the upliftment of the minority communities in India. Now let's look into the next practice question. With respect to Samudrayaan Mission, which of the following statements are incorrect? It is India's first manned ocean mission. The mission has the goal of sending men deep into the ocean in a submersible vehicle for deep ocean exploration and rare mineral mining. It will carry 3 human beings to a water depth of 6,000 meters in the ocean. Which of the statements are incorrect? It is asking for the incorrect statement. So the answer to this is none. Why? That is because all the 3 statements given in this question are right statements. Why have we taken this practice question? Because this article on the PIB makes a reference to Samudrayaan Mission. So what is this mission? This is aimed to develop a self-propelled manned submersible to carry 3 human beings to a water depth of 6,000 meters in the ocean with a suite of scientific sensors and tools for the deep ocean exploration. It has an endurance of 12 hours of operational period, 96 hours in case of an emergency, and the manned submersible will allow scientific personnel to observe and understand unexplored deep surface areas by direct intervention. The project is for the year 2020 to 2021 up until 2026. This happens to be an initiative of National Institute of Ocean Technology Chennai, which happens to be an autonomous institute under MOES, which has developed 6,000-meter depth rated remotely operated vehicle and various other instruments such as autonomous scoring system, autonomous underwater vehicle and deep sea mining for the exploration of deep sea. So remember, this happens to be one of the important initiatives to understand what is underneath the oceanic water so that we would be able to explore the mining and other resources in this part of the ocean. This is part of the Deep Ocean Mission. Now let's look into the next practice question. Consider the following statements. This region is surrounded by Gulf of Aqaba. Strait of Tiran connects two water bodies. Its coastal lines touch Mediterranean Sea and Red Sea. The country in question is it Jordan, Egypt, Syria or Israel? The answer to this is Egypt. Why have we taken this practice question? Because this article on the PIB makes a reference to Egypt. So if we look into this map, what we have is Egypt, which is surrounded by the Mediterranean Sea, and we also have the Red Sea as well. And at the same time, it also has the Gulf of Aqaba, and then you have the Tiran Strait, which is connecting two water bodies. As a result, the country in question happens to be Egypt. This is the kind of questions that they may also ask you in the map based questions in UPSC preliminary examination. Now let's look into the next practice question. Which one of the following lakes of West Africa has become dry and turned into a desert? Lake Victoria, Lake Fagubin, Lake Oguta, Lake Olta. The answer to this is Lake Fagubin. This happens to be a previous year question from the year 2022. So remember, it is a lake in Mali on the southern edge of Sahara Desert, which is situated 80 km west of Timbuktu. The lake once was the largest lake in the West Africa. It used to be fed by annual flooding from the river Niger as well, but over a period of time, because the drought-like conditions have increased ever since the 1970s, this particular river has disappeared. So forcing more than 2 lakh people to live this particular area and look for other opportunities elsewhere as well. Now let's look into the fact of the day. The fact of the day for today's discussion is cryptojacking. Why are we discussing about this topic? That is because cryptojacking attacks on computer systems have gone up by 30% to 66.7 million in the first half of 2022 compared to first half of last year, according to a report by Soniqual, which happens to be a US based cybersecurity firm. Let us try and understand what is this concept all about. As the very name denotes, you have two words here. One happens to be crypto, the other happens to be jacking. So what does this mean? Hackers are using computers of other people to mine cryptocurrencies is what is called as cryptojacking. Let me give you a simple example with the help of this picture. What exactly happens? You have a threat actor. This threat actor happens to be a hacker. He can be any person who is engaged in crypto mining. So what will this person do? He will send you a message onto your laptop. He will also send an email to your laptop as well or to your systems. So the minute you click on this particular link, what gets activated is this particular crypto code. The minute this crypto code that has been created by that particular hacker becomes active, he would be able to use your system to mine the cryptocurrencies. Added to it, let's say for example, you might also visit a website as well. You may feel that this is a legitimate website, so you go and click on that particular link in the website. So the minute you click on this link on a website, you might not know, immediately the crypto code gets activated on your system, and this hacker making use of your system will ultimately mine the cryptocurrencies. So what is cryptojacking? Cryptojacking is a cyber attack wherein a computing device is hijacked and controlled by the attacker, and its resources are used to illicitly mine cryptocurrencies. So he would have sent a code to your email, he would have sent an email, and you would have clicked on it, or you might have visited a website, you might have clicked on this illicit website, and unfortunately the minute you click on it, the crypto code gets activated and he uses your system to mine the cryptocurrency. Now you might ask, what is so wrong about it? They're using your system to mine the cryptocurrency. In this particular case, they're making your system may slow down over a period of time. There might be electricity bill which will also increase as well, and over a period of time the sustainability of your laptop will not work efficiently, and as a result it is your device which is going to be harmed. So basically what would happen? These people would start using your system, and this ultimately means that the person's laptop, the person who owns the laptop, he does not know that another attacker is using his system. So So this will lead to slowing down of the system, heating up of the system. There can be battery issues in the near future. The battery may drain out soon as well, and because he's using your system, the electricity bill may also increase as well. Apart from the individuals, businesses too are the target list of cryptojackers as well. According to the report, cryptojacking incidents targeting the retail industry rose by about 63% year to date, while similar attacks on the financial industry skyrocketed by about 269%. So without your permission, without you giving access to it, there are people who are using your system, anyone else's system, without they giving permission to it, and this may have wear and tear for that system, slow down of the system, and your electricity might also skyrocket. This is what is called as cryptojacking. It is this that we have to understand with respect to this topic. So this is it for today. Thank you for watching. All the best.